Hi, my name is Evie, founder of Smart with Money Planning. Today we're going to talk about Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, and his 4 principles for just economic empowerment. He was greatly loved, as you probably have gathered if you didn't know already, just from the outpouring after he was tragically gunned down about a week ago. So one thing is, I'm gonna just jump right in, right? He talked about entrepreneurship. That was one of his big points. He talked about just owning multiple businesses. So how this works is I'm going to reference one of his lyrics from a song, for example, regarding entrepreneurship. On the song Victory Lap, he says, "Find your purpose so you wasting air, F it though, y'all niggas scared." What does that mean? Find your purpose or you're wasting air, F it though, y'all niggas scared. Basically, there's always something that you are more interested than other things, right? Maybe you like reading about music or financial planning, helping people be smarter with their money so that they can have more money and have better lives, regardless of the hand they were dealt, right? So also, you might know things about beauty products, you might know things about computers, technology, marketing yourself, things of that nature. His point was that, hey, you have a passion, a purpose in your life, find it and build a business around it. So he started out selling mixtapes. He famously sold 1,000 mixtape at the price of $100 each, made $100,000 in a day in gross revenue. He opened up multiple businesses in a strip mall where he owned them. So Marathon clothing store, and then there were multiple different businesses. Some were food restaurants, food spots or restaurants. And then he had his own label, All Money in, No Money Out. And also a co-working space for technology for entrepreneurs. So what is that called when a person has that many different businesses, when they get different types of revenue from different sources? That's called diversifying your cash flow. Basically making sure when it comes to your income, you don't have all your eggs in one basket. So that was a major principle of his entrepreneurship, making sure that you diversify your cash flows. Number 2, ownership. So how does ownership differ from entrepreneurship? Well, even if you didn't start the business, which is the entrepreneur, ownership is the person who buys a business, right? Or owns it, right? So you can also find things that you see value in, that you feel like you can manage better, like some of the properties in a strip mall, and you can own it. So the song and the lyric, I have 2 references. On the song Rap Niggas, he says, "I own all the rights to all my raps, nigga." Very simple, but why is that significant? Most rappers who are in the mainstream don't own all the rights to all the raps. They don't own their own publishing. They get paid mostly from the shows they perform and some royalties revenue and some endorsements, but who gets paid every time that record plays and it's recorded on SoundScan or whatever? That is who owns the publishing, who owns the rights to all the raps. So, for example, Michael Jackson famously bought, I believe, Elvis Presley's catalog, and it generates a lot of revenue for his family. My point is that owning your own rights to your product is a major principle. Also, second reference, on the song Victory Lap, he says, I'm integrated vertically, y'all niggas blew it. Once again, he's referencing most of the mainstream artists who decide to take an advance, usually hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars, of what the label believes their whole entertainment is worth, the money, cash flows from the entertainment will bring. So If I'm a record label and I have multi-millions, hundred millions, maybe even billions of dollars, all they're trying to do is invest in entertainment. And so they see a rapper who's built their buzz and they estimate how much money it'll bring. If they think it'll bring them $100 million, they might offer that rapper $1 million in an advance. That's a good investment for them. Now, that may be an extreme example, but the point is ownership. So first one, entrepreneurship, start your own business. Second one, ownership. Own the income, the cash from your investments or from your business. Number 3, growing your net worth. So here's a famous interview. It was in 2006 with a guy named Davey D, who was part of Russell Simmons' Get Your Money Summit. 2006, Nipsey Hussle has a famous interview. He has a hat on. He looks, the guy says he looks like Snoop Dogg. Nip says he was a great sport in the interview. There were a couple little jokes from the interviewer, and he just took them in stride. But anyway, Nipsey Hussle talks about investing in real estate, making sure you're buying assets, not taking on liabilities. What are liabilities? Liabilities is mostly debt, but even wasting money on cars, clothes, jewelry, anything just for your image, keeping up with the Joneses. Anything that's not making you more money than you're putting into it, it can be considered a liability, right? So Nipsey Hussle was practiced what he preached. He also bought mostly gold jewelry because it holds more of its value. He can still be fly, he can still have the image of a rapper, but then if he wants to sell some gold, he'll get more of the money back that he put into it. Then custom diamonds, custom jewelry, custom pieces, whatever, there's a very low return if you end up having to sell that. So just want to put that out there. Growing your net worth, putting your money, your cash in assets, real estate, business, investments, and not liabilities, such as cars, clothes, jewelry. And number 4, leaving an automatic legacy for your family. Here's another song lyric. You all probably laugh every time I go into quoting a lyric, but anyway, here it is. Open trust accounts, deposit racks, nigga. $1 million life insurance on my flesh, nigga. That's on the song Rap Niggas as well. So what does that mean? Trust accounts. Trust accounts usually are for a specific purpose. A lot of times wealthy people create trust accounts for their heirs, for their children, and they put certain requirements. Their child has to reach a certain age. They have to graduate college. They have to reach certain milestones in life, and they get more and more distributions from that trust account. A trust account also protects them from liability. If they get sued, then they can maybe lose some of their personal assets in their name, but if something's in a trust, then it's considered owned by a different person, and that way it is preserved for their heirs. So he opened trust accounts and he puts racks or thousands in it, maybe up to millions, since he made that song. But then he talked about $1 million life insurance on my flesh, nigga. That was the second stanza of that verse, bar, whatever. He was talking about self-explanatory, life insurance. You want to leave a legacy. You want to make sure your family has some money. You want to make sure that they don't struggle to come up with funds for your final expenses, your funeral, etc. They don't have to worry about finances when you pass, especially when you were the breadwinner and you have multiple businesses and things that may have to get sorted out before they can really get all the money they're supposed to get. It makes perfect sense to get life insurance. You can be working for $20,000, $30,000 a year and get life insurance just because you don't want to be a burden to your family if you pass away. So, or you can, make more, but the point of life insurance, of course, is to leave an automatic legacy in case the worst case scenario happens. Unfortunately, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle was gunned down by a deranged, very hateful person. But quick recap. Number one, entrepreneurship, ownership, growing your net worth, and leaving a legacy. So despite the fact that his life was tragically cut short, Nipsey Hussle's principles, just basically uplifting yourself and progressing financially, who are very powerful and will live on as part of his legacy. All right. Thank you. My name's EB, founder of Smart with Money Planning. Have a great day. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you very much. Bye.